the time of her death, an anti-military rule, Radio Kudurat. Radio Democracy had just been created, and it was based in Norway. It was backed by the American, British, Swedish, Danish, and Norwegian government to help end military dictatorship in Nigeria. The radio station name was changed to Radio Kudurat. In 1998, a street corner in New York was renamed Kudurat Abiola Corner, despite protests by the Nigerian government. In October 1998, Major Hamzat Al-Mustafa appeared in court with the previous president Abacha's son Muhammad, charged with the murder of Kudurat Abiola. As the trial, the self-confessed killer, Sergeant Barnabas Jabila, said he was obeying orders from his superior Al-Mustafa. On 30 June 2012, Hamza Al-Mustafa and Alhaji Latif Shufola were sentenced to be hanged for the murder of Alhaji Kudurat Abiola. Al-Mustafa had been a presidential chief security officer, with Shufola had been his victim's personal assistant. The two were later released on appeal by a court in Lagos. Mrs. Abiola remains a symbol of Nigeria's struggle for democracy. 19 years after her death, there were demonstrations at her graveside. A documentary, The Supreme Prize, detailed the story of how both Abiola and her husband paid a terrible cost in their quest for a better, freer Nigeria. It was directed by John Lepa, a lecturer at Harvard University, who tells the story from her daughter Hafsat's perspective. The former U.S. ambassador to Nigeria and Nobel Prize winning writer, Professor Wole Soyinka. That was the little thing I think we can get from this. And particularly, we are telling this story because of those who were not alive then. That is the younger ones, that can know that if a man can be hero, a woman can be heroine. Then whatever a man can do, a woman can do it. Likewise, I always say likewise. Therefore, let us all be resourceful and be helpful to our nation, so that we can be we can be great in future. We are now moving on to the last segment. Let us roll on to the last segment, which is phonology segment. What we want to look at today is want to look at a cluster. When you are talking about cluster is not related to vowel. It is always related to consonant. That is a placing of a contradictory consonants, and side by side you can have it one. You can have two cluster, but a letter, that is when you're talking about orthography, a letter can also give you a cluster. For example, now when you say x gives you what? X is a letter, but it gives you cluster sound. I hope you understand. X, you can see X. In X, you have about 3 different sounds. Therefore, you are. And and another one is Q. Like this. Then you have about 3 also different consonant sound in it. And when you look at Q, you have it as K, Y. This like J is. I'm very sorry that we are here to have the graphical representation of whatever we say. I believe that one will come up from GB desk very soon, by the of next week. The Y sound, this J that you call J, is Y in what? In phonology. And you have the long U. You know, long U is U with a column. Is therefore when you want to pronounce Q, you say Q, not Q. Yes, as pronounced. Now, let us describe it as we have known that when you pronounce Q, you can see that the placement for the place of articulation is from the buccal cavity, as you know, from the buccal cavity, and without the involvement of nose, that is nasal cavity. When you want to pronounce it, you can say that your two lips, the upper lip and the lower lip, they must be involved. Likewise, the tongue must be involved. Likewise, hard palate and the lungs must also be involved. That is, when you say Q, 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 you can practice it yourself. Q, Q. You can see that the air coming from the lung, when it gets to the buccal cavity, that is the mouth, there is what? There is a little obstruction. Then it's what? It gushes out, the air gushes out like that. Then you are able to pronounce your sound. Q, Q. There is a blockage. Immediately you allow it explodes. Oh, just say that we should decide time we draw the curtain of the program. But I hope we have discussed it. We have succeeded in discussing it, and by the grace of God, by next week we are going to look into the practice of that one, and that is the little we can have for you today. Latif Olawale, thank you very much. Honorable, thank you very much. And Taiwo, thank you very much for making it a reality. I'm ADBC Abdul Aderotimi. I believe that by next week, and I believe that we are going to look at it critically beyond this one. Anybody who wants to place advert on this program, don't forget that the program is always on live. Now it is no more like the one we had before. You can watch it from anywhere. Therefore, you place your advert and you enjoy yourself. Thank you very much. Bye for now.
Invaluable, scintillating, and explosive program on OSB television, Iliawiye Okebale Oshogbo Christine, Golden Footprint. Wow, this is for you and I to imbibe the culture of heroism. Golden Footprint, every Saturday, 11 to 11:30 in the morning, is garnished with extensive linguistic exquisiteness via semantic, pragmatic, phonetics, and other variety. You shall acquaint heroes and heroines, while extra package for school ages is quiz online. People of nobility can showcase powers on the biggest academic show, while schools and academic enthusiasts can power the quiz angle to augment the progressive dance stride flowing in the state of Osun. Contact numbers are 08034114959 or 08033760292. Aha! Golden Footprint, 11 to 11:30 on Saturday mornings with ADBC Abdul Jalil. A challenge greater than in tantalizing fantasy.
Bàbá lọ́jà yàlájẹ́ oníṣòwò kéékèèké pẹ̀lú oníṣòwò ńláńlá. Ẹjọ́ TV channel o lè jọjà yìí tàyẹ sọ fún wọn. OSBC lókè balẹ̀ yìí channel 32 UHF náà lẹ̀ sọ. Channel 32 UHF ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wá síbẹ̀ wọn. OSBC channel 32 kí ló ń ṣe níbẹ̀ gan òjijì tún lè ṣàdùnrẹ́ ṣe ọmọ. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ àsìkò ní àjọyọ̀ àjò. Gbogbo tọ́ni lọ́gbọ́n lọ́lọ́kan òjò kan. Àwọn orin àsìkò tó tún bàgbà mú gidi. Ẹ ṣe publicity fún business tí a jáwó. Ìwọ lọ rí wọn tún lè ṣàdó bàbá ọgbọ́n. Ṣòkòrò kí lókè balẹ̀ náà wà o. Ṣòkòrò kí lókè balẹ̀ náà wà o.
ní láti ṣọ̀rẹ́ ṣọkọyọkọtọ mo ní ṣọkọyọkọtọ ṣọkọyọkọtọ program wẹtàlá pampam ṣọkọyọkọtọ aládùn títí dọdẹ o ṣọkọyọkọtọ.
وناديناه أن يا
ìgbà wo la ṣe màsàlámà ti ya Ramadan tá a tún ti ń kọ́dún léyà ní mọ́ràbà tabarakallah bí a ṣe ń palẹ̀mọ́ ọdún léyà ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ti fi sabilillah sínú bọ́jẹ̀tì wa pẹ̀lú tíṣàgbàtẹ̀rù àwọn ètò tó ní láadáa lọ́dọ̀ Allah àyọkẹ́ láti inú Al-Qur'an wà ń bẹ̀ wá sí lónìrànràn fọdún léyà àwọn wo gan ló lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ sẹ́ran ọdún léyà àwọn nǹkan wo ló ṣe dandan fọdún léyà tá a ti sọ dàwàdà àwọn nǹkan wo sì ní òní ládàá ṣùgbọ́n tá a ti sọ di ọ̀ranyàn fúnra wa ètò pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ lórí rédíò àti tẹlifíṣọ̀n OSBC Òṣogbo Ilé-Ifẹ̀ àti Ìbòkun tá a lè ṣonígbọ̀wọ́ ẹ̀ máa ṣonígbọ̀wọ́ ètò kò díṣẹ́ olóore mìíràn lọ́wọ́ ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ní ládàá wọn lọ́dọ̀ Allah ẹ pè nọ́mbà alága ọdún iléyà ti ilé àwíyé Òkè Baálẹ̀ Òṣogbo kẹsànwó ìdákọ̀mọ́ fún gbogbo ètò
0803-460-0970 lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí 0803-460-0970.
Samuel Ìdòwú Abíọ́dún tí mo jẹ́ alága ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ìfẹ́dayọ̀ tí mo tún jẹ́ alága gbogbo alága èyí tí wọ́n ń pè ní agọ́ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Mo fi àkókò yìí mo fi rọ gbogbo ọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun lọ́mọdé lágbà lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin wípé kí a gba àlàáfíà láàyè ní gbogbo ọ̀nà, pàápàá jùlọ ní àkókò tí ìpolongo ìbò tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní àárín gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Ká gba àlàáfíà láàyè kí ìpínlẹ̀ wa kó lè wà ní ìrọ̀wọ́rọ̀sẹ̀ àti ní àlàáfíà, kí ó mọ̀ sí ìjà tàbí ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀ níbi kankan. Mo fi èyí ránṣẹ́ sí gbogbo ọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun pátápátá nítorí pé ìpínlẹ̀ àlàáfíà, ìpínlẹ̀ ọmọlúàbí ó ní à ń pe ìpínlẹ̀ wa. A gbọ́dọ̀ lè wà pé ọmọlúàbí ni wá. Ọ̀nà kan ṣoṣo tá a fi rí wa ní ọmọlúàbí ni pé ká gba àlàáfíà láàyè kó mọ̀ sí ìjà. Ẹ mọ̀ pé gómìnà wa gómìnà Adégbóyèga Oyètọ́lá èèyàn jẹ́jẹ́ èèyàn àlàáfíà sí ni, kì í fẹ́ dàrúdàpọ̀ kàn tí ẹ̀ láàpọn. Ìdí yẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká fi fún un láti jẹ́ kí àlàáfíà kó wà ní ìpínlẹ̀ wa, ká sì fi ọwọ́ sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ lọ́nà tí bó ti ń bọ̀ yóò fi wáyé ní ìrọ̀rùn. Gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin ẹ jẹ́ ká fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìjọba. My name is Honorable Samuel Ìdòwú Abíọ́dún, the current chairman of Federal Local Government Òkè-Ìlá-Ọ̀ràngún and the current chairman of all chairmen in Osun State, which is otherwise known as AGO. I want to especially appeal to the good people of Osun to allow peace to reign, especially during this electoral campaign in Osun State. I want to appeal to both female and male, to old and young, especially the youth, that we should allow peace to reign throughout Osun State. Our appellation is Ọmọlúàbí.